I welcome you to my geography class. We are talking and discussing the chapter number 1, India size and location. And today we have reached to the topic number 4, India and its neighbors. India and its neighbor, that means finally we are going to talk and discuss about the last topic of this chapter. So before moving ahead, we are going to have a small recapitulation of the 3 points which we discussed in the previous classes. Point number 1, in the first presentation I talked about India's location, where India is locating in the world. Point number 2, I talked about, with the help of the PPT, about the size of India in the world. The third topic we had discussed, the India and the world and its connection. Now the fourth topic is the last topic remaining, which is talking about India and its neighbor. So moving further in this topic, the recapitulation already I did. The 3 presentations are already there. So don't go directly to the topic number 4. First you visualize the 3 presentation, then after you should come to the 4th one. So this 4th one is the ending one, and this we will talk and discuss about how India is managing its all affairs with the neighboring country. So let's move ahead. Point number 1, in the part of introduction, as I stated to you, that India and its neighboring country are having the good as well as the moderate relationship. So moving further, India occupies an important strategically position in the South Asia. So as India is occupying a good position in the South Asia, we will see about that, how and where, what the India is getting by this position with the help of Asia political map. So here we are having the Asia map. In the Asia we are seeing India here. So this Asia is there, this north part is there, this south part. So this south part India is having a very good position. That's why this ocean is named from our Indian Ocean. So India is occupying a very good position, and India is having the surrounding with the different country. India is also called as a subcontinent, which is also called as a part of continent, which occupies all the features of the continent. So India is having a unique and very unique features which are called as the physical features. Moving further, India has 28 states and 9 union territories. So with the help of the figure number 1.5, in the upcoming slides we are going to see about the 28 states and 9 union territory. As we are knowing about that, Jammu and Kashmir is divided into the 2 union territory. Earlier it was 7 and now the union territory are 9. Earlier states were 29 and now it is 28. So moving further, let's discuss. So this is the figure number 1.5, India and adjacent countries. As we were talking about the state first, so here are, this is the current and latest map which I have taken from the NCERT PDF book. From the PDF book I have placed, this is the textbook page. This textbook page and figure is talking about India and adjacent country. So the map is talking about India and adjacent country. We are seeing about the India's whole area with the different countries. I will not speak out the names of the country here. We are going to see in the upcoming slides the name and everything. Here Jammu and Kashmir is divided into 2 union territories. This part is Ladakh and this part is Jammu and Kashmir. So we are talking about this. These small are union territories. Haryana is union territory, Delhi is the national union territory, and all about we are seeing this. So this is the India's adjacent countries, and here all the 28 states are there. Basically the students are facing always the problem. They are not memorizing all the name of the states, plus they are having the confusion, especially in the northeast. Where is Sikkim? So they are confused. Where is Sikkim? Gangtok. Gangtok is the capital of Sikkim. So Sikkim is here. So like that the peoples are always confused because they are not memorizing these states. India is our country. We should know about our India's all the states and their name and their capital, plus our union territories, our islands, Andaman and Nicobar, Lakshadweep Samoa, their capital, everything we should know about that. Because this chapter basically focus about India's size and India's location. Then if we will talk about the India's size and location, if we will don't memorize about that, this is the last part here, Nagaland is here, Manipur is there, Mizoram is there, Tripura is there, we don't know about, we are only knowing about the west part, we are having the Gujarat. So for this purpose, this study of the map 1.3, you have to go into very detail, you have to make a list of all the names of the states, you have to write their capital, and little bit you have to memorize it or by heart. Then you will come to know about all the name of the state of India plus their capital you will come to know. Now here this greenish part is there. So the greenish part is focusing about, this is not a part of India. And this is one, the little bit greenish part is talking about India. This is all the area of India. Here the key features are speaking about, the bigger lines are the international boundary and the small dotted one, the small dotted one is mentioned, this is the state boundary. Here the state is divided. Presently you all are residing in Karnataka, so here this is the Karnataka state. So as we are knowing about our state and our neighborhood states, so we should know about other states also of our India and their capital also we should learn. Anytime, anywhere, anybody can ask to you, it can be asked in the form of MCQ, what is the capital of Nagaland? So you should not be confused, the answer will be Kohima. What is the capital of Sikkim? The answer will be Gangtok. So like that, everything you should know about that. So recently the states were formed over there. The newly states we are talking about, Andhra Pradesh was there, so Andhra Pradesh was divided, Telangana was there. Right? So like that, Uttar Pradesh was there, so Uttarakhand was there. So like that, Madhya Pradesh was there, so it was divided into Chhattisgarh is there. Bihar, it is divided, then Jharkhand is there. So like that, this map is very important, new map it is. So you please see and go through it. Why I am focusing about that, when we are talking about India and its adjacent country, we should see about all the states, we should see about all the neighboring countries which are here. Plus, we should know about which part covers of our own country. Plus, we should see about which state is having the adjacent boundaries of the different countries. Just like Uttar Pradesh is having the adjacent boundary with the Nepal, Bihar, like that you should understand about. Moving further and to talk more about this, we will go into the detail. Our topic was there, India's adjacent countries. So this map is going to make you crystal clear of all the different countries which are having the adjacent boundary with India. So here the few names are there. So this bluish part is talking about India. India is having this, and this looks very impressive. By seeing this map you can speak and you can feel about very proud that my India is really great. So here if we are talking about, so first one we are going here, the first country Pakistan here. Then the second country Afghanistan here. So this map is moving here and Afghanistan is put here. So next we are moving here China. Next we are moving here Nepal. Next we are seeing Bhutan. Next we are seeing Bangladesh. Next we are seeing Myanmar. So these all the states which are in counting number 7. So this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4, this is 5, this is 6 and this is 7. So all these 7 countries are having the adjacent boundary with India. That means they are meeting with each other. We are facing each other. So just like India and Pakistan here, India and Afghanistan is here, India and China is here, India and Nepal is here, India and Bhutan is here, India and Bangladesh is there, India and Myanmar is there. So like that, these are the 7 countries which shares boundary with India. But not to forget about that, we are having the 2 island country also which are downside. But their boundaries are not touching to India. They are Maldives and Sri Lanka. We will see the map once again. See. So this is Maldives here. This is Sri Lanka here. When we are talking about the adjacent country, we are seeing Pakistan, Afghanistan, then China, then Nepal, Bhutan, Bangladesh, Myanmar. So these are also the two countries here, Sri Lanka and here Maldives Islands. Right? So by this seeing this two map, we are having the clear-cut idea, this picturization brief about the India's adjacent country. Inside we talked about all the 28 states and 9 union territory. Plus we had seen about newly formed union territory, how the state is divided and formed into the two union territory. We also seen about how the newly Telangana was there, then Chhattisgarh, Jharkhand, Uttarakhand, and we are seeing all the adjacent countries. By seeing both the map, it's clear to everyone that the 7 countries are there which are sharing the boundaries with India. Next, India shares its land boundary with these countries. As we are knowing about that, so in the form of MCQ question will appear. India shares its land boundary with. So if in this all the option here Sri Lanka will be there. So Sri Lanka is the incorrect one because Sri Lanka is not sharing the boundary. It's a neighboring country but not sharing the land boundary. So Pakistan, Afghanistan in the northwest, as we have seen in the northwest, Afghanistan is there. So China and Tibet, then Nepal, then Bhutan in the north, then Myanmar and Bangladesh in the east. So these are the location. By the location also you can understand about, suppose I am about the India, you think yourself as an India and you mark yourself like this. So the head part is we are covering, this part is we are talking about Gujarat, this part we are talking about Nagaland. So Nagaland just aside here Myanmar is here. So at the top of here we are talking about China and Afghanistan, this side we are talking about Pakistan, this side we are talking about Nepal, this side we are talking about Bhutan, this side we are talking about Bangladesh. Like that you should always assume the India, our motherland, in our heart, and we should know about the political map of India in our mind. I want to share a very short story for you to make you understand about how the very young child was able to frame the India's outline political map. Once there was a teacher and he was teaching in the class and he was teaching and teaching, and on that day there was an inspection in the school. The inspecting team and the officer moved inside to check the teacher is teaching properly and the students are learning properly. In that, the inspector supervisor just moved inside, the inspecting supervisor, and he just asked to all the students. There was a map hanging over there, the India's outline. He stated about that anybody can there who can draw this outline political map. So nobody was raising up the hand. Then secondly, just taken the map, he had taken and he has teared into number of the pieces and thrown down on the table and stated about that, is anybody is there who can join this India's outline political map once again? So all the students tried their well, nobody was coming. But only one student was there, he was able to join it properly. He joined it properly and the supervisor was also very surprised. The teacher was also very surprised how he can manage this. So the person asked to him, yeah, how you manage? So that was a political map, and just backside of it there was a parts of body of a person photograph was there. So every day he used to turn it and he used to see it. So backside the parts of body he just turned up and he joined all the parts of body, and as it is connected, so the India's map was there. So like that, always having a great feeling to our country, motherland, this patriotic feeling, it should be there with us. Moving further to discuss about our southern neighbors across the sea consist of the two islands country, and which already I stated to you, Sri Lanka is there and Maldives is there. Just now I showed you. And they are separated from by the narrow channel of the sea formed by the Pearl Strait and the Gulf of Mannar, while Maldives Islands are situated in the south of the Lakshadweep Samud. As we are seeing about that, once again I want to take you to the map. We are seeing here Maldives here, Lakshadweep is here, this is our island, and Maldives is here. Sri Lanka is there, so Gulf of Mannar is here, so Palk Bay is here. We will see into the more detail about this topic in upcoming slides. Next, we will see this Maldives Islands and this one. So here you can see about that, the Gulf of Mannar, Sri Lanka, right, the Palk Bay, the Palk Strait here, the Rama's Bridge. So India is here, and India's neighboring country Sri Lanka is also here. So next, moving further to talk and discuss about this whole topic, we are moving ahead. India has a strong geographical and historical link with its neighbor. The point is speaking about India geographical plus historical link with her neighbors. Just like earlier, Pakistan was the part of India. So that was talking about historical and the geographical one. But now it's not a part of India, it's a separate country. So, but the peoples residing in both the country, once upon a time they were together. So now it's the time to discuss more about that. Look at the map of Asia, physical map, and in the atlas you can see. But here I am not bringing you atlas here, and note how India stand apart from the rest of Asia. So we have to see the physical map of Asia, plus we have to see in that map how India stand up apart from the rest of Asia, little bit different or having the significant place in that one. So moving further to see about the physical map of Asia, we are going to have the Asia's physical map. So this is the Asia physical map. As I stated to you, the different countries are there. You can see here this whole Asia part. So India, by seeing this map, so India is just having the central position in the south. It's clearly with the help of this physical map, this one is there. So you can see how India is achieving a very good geographical position in this map. By seeing this, you can understand about that how we are great in the geographical areas and in every ways. Moving further, these are the few interesting questions in the textbook which I made you to see how the number of union territory along the western and the eastern coast. So this question is there in the form of do you know. So for that purpose I brought this one. So the answer is the union territory on the western coast of India are Diu Daman, Dadra and Nagar Haveli, and Pondicherry and Lakshadweep. The union territory in the eastern coast of India are Puducherry and Andaman and Nicobar. We are talking about west side, we are talking about east side. Then the question is very interesting, second one. Area wise, the smallest and largest state. So area wise, smallest state, as we all know about that, that is Goa. If you don't know, now you are knowing, that is Goa. And the largest state, Rajasthan is there. So moving further to discuss more. Third question, the state which do not have an international border or lie on the coast. They are not on the coast side, they are not having the international border. So the Haryana is one of the states, Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, Jharkhand and Telangana. These are the states which don't share any international border and they are not residing at the coastal areas. So next, fourth question. Classify the state into the four groups, each having the common frontier with the Pakistan, China, Myanmar and Bangladesh. So this I am leaving for you for the homework. The answer is here on the screen, but I am not going to discuss into the detail. This will be the part of your homework. You should go and search Pakistan. First one I am explaining. So suppose the states which are having the common boundary, Jammu and Kashmir, Punjab, Rajasthan and Gujarat. So like that it is there. So you should see the interesting question. These are the part of do you know. So you have to search it, These are the investing questions which make you to think about with the help of the map. That's why I was telling you about see the outline map of India properly, learn it properly so you can everywhere, anytime you can give the proper and the correct answer. Moving further, we are going to have a recapitulation or overview here. So, in this our fourth topic, we discussed about the India and its neighbor. India has an important position in the South Asia and has 29 states and 7 union territories. This data is changed now. This data has become new one. India is having 28 states and 9 union territories. This I have taken from the old textbook, that why it is this. Earlier it was the correct one. India shares its boundary with this 7 countries. Already I explained to you. Then the next point, the southern neighbors across the sea consist of 2 islands. They are Maldives and Sri Lanka. Next, moving towards the Sri Lanka is separated from the Bay of Pearl Strait and the narrow strip of the sea. And India always had a strong geographical and historical link with the neighboring country. And the last we had seen about the Asia's physical map, and we have seen the standing position of India, which makes us to feel strong about our geographical situation. The size and location in the Asia continent is very, very beneficial. Last, I want to thank to each and everyone, and I personally request all the cadets to please go through all the overview, because this overview is very important. You have to write it down and you have to learn certain things which make you to know about our country. This is not a fact and figure of any other country. We will just remember, writing for the sake of examination, we will forget. We should always remember and we should memorize all the facts and figures, because this data is very important. The size of India, the location of India, the length and breadth, we have seen latitudinal, longitudinal and many more interesting concepts. This chapter doesn't mean about to memorize few things and just forget, and after that you are going to be having confusion. Each and every concept is stated here. If you are having any doubt and difficulty, you can just ask to me. I will clarify all the doubts and difficulty. In the next class, this chapter has been over. We are going to see the exercise of this chapter. Question by question, we will see the question and its correct answer, and we will see the discussion of each point. So, thank you very much and Jai Hind.